that to make that $3 million. The good thing about that number is when it's in operating cash, we can use that for operations or we can use that for capital. And so as we start to begin our look at the long-range forecast, that money will be available to us to either support anything in operations or to help us support some of the capital projects that we're going to be doing over the next several years. So we're going to talk about that again next month. In the meantime, I'm going to talk with the Financial Advisory Committee about that issue as well and get their input and bring that to the board. Also, what we're talking about is the Stonehenge loan for the Stonehenge Golf Club has a balloon payment in September of 2022. We talked yesterday with the cash that we have. One of the items we will consider is paying that loan off now. That loan balance now is around $1.2 million. If we do that, that saves us about $70-some thousand of interest that we would pay between now and next September. And then next September, we would have to refinance whatever the balance of the loan was at that time. So we truly believe the right thing to do may be to pay that loan off now. And if we do that, the only debt we have after that payoff would be this building. And this building's loan will actually be paid off in April of 2022. And so, again, I'm going to review that with the Financial Advisory Committee in their March meeting, and we're going to come back to the board and have that discussion and make a final decision as to putting that money in reserve and whether we want to pay the loan off now. So any input you have to that, I'm going to be sending out an e-blast which summarizes that for you all. And so I have given you my email address. Be kind when you send me an email, but I will gladly answer any questions and reply to any comments that you may have. So with all that, do you have any questions for me today? Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Bruce. The next item on the agenda is the General Manager's report. Bob?
Okay, thank you. I have a couple of operational items. With respect to golf, year-to-date golf rounds through last month were about 2,100. That's 100 more than budget and about the same as last year. Good news is the average rounds per course per day open were 61 compared to 56 last year. So when we're open, people are getting out and playing. In fact, on Tuesday, went out to Heatherhurst around 2 o'clock. Beautiful day, 63 plus degrees, and the parking lot was full. And so I imagine that was the case yesterday as well, and hopefully we'll see that today also. So when we have nice days, people are getting out there and playing, so that's good. With respect to Stonehenge, Golf Week magazine does an annual list of the top 200 resort courses in the nation. And Stonehenge hit the list, I believe for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, at 157. So that is a fantastic accomplishment for Jeff, Sean Van Hoos, and Corey Wade and the whole Stonehenge golf team. So we really appreciate their efforts on that. And that's a national magazine, so we're nationally known. Speaking of Stonehenge, the goal is to open the golf course on April 1st. However, as Bruce said, the kitchen may not be ready to open Stonehenge Grill by April 1st. That's our target. The other factor we're looking at is Easter. Easter is that first Sunday in April. So because of that, we're trying to determine whether we're going to have an event over at Legends or whether it's going to be a curbside pickup, but that may play into it where we say, let's just focus on doing a nice Easter event and then opening up Stonehenge after that. So more to come in March as to the game plan for the Stonehenge Grill reopening. Now, when we do reopen Stonehenge Grill, our focus really is going to be on Stonehenge Grill. COVID had a major impact on our banquet business and our event business, such that really it's been decimated for all intents and purposes. So as a result of that, we're going to focus on just Stonehenge Grill restaurant. We may do some limited restaurant events like chicken and pasta at Legends or, as I say, Easter, Mother's Day. But again, it's going to be very limited, and only to the extent that we see that we can make money on it as well. So just be aware of that. We are encouraging people that are looking to have events at the CCC to use outside caterers to do that. And we've got 3 caterers that have been vetted. They have the proper insurance. However, any caterer can use our facilities as long as they have the proper insurance. So we just need to get that. We believe that will definitely help the rental revenue in the CCC. In the past, many times, people have had no problem with the rental revenue, but they've had an issue with our pricing for food. So hopefully the caterers will be able to give them some better pricing, and we can have more people here renting the facility, so we have more rental income. Likewise, with not having that additional overhead in food and beverage, we believe the subsidies in food and beverage should go down as a result of that. So that is the game plan moving forward, and we'll have more on that, probably have a magnified on that in the month of March. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Bob. The resort update, Barb.
Good morning. Hello?
There you go.
Push it up towards you, and you should see the light come on.
There you go.
There you go.
Hello.
There you go.
Good morning. Wyndham Timeshare visitors so far, year to date, is 2,859 visitors. As far as the amenities, the conference center, $173 year to date. Racket, $1,146. Golf, $572. And the marinas are closed until the beginning of March, so there's no income on that. And food and beverage, $3,102. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Barb. The next item on the agenda is our Architectural Control Committee report. Sam?
Thank you. The miscellaneous approvals, that's changes to the exterior homes, through January of 2021 was 177. The same time last year was 88. New homes approved in January were 6, and through January of last year was 9. New homes started through January of this year was 5, and through January of last year was 9. New homes completed this year through January was 9, and last year was 10. The meeting of the ACC, the second meeting of the ACC for January was canceled due to weather, so all those requests have been moved to the next meeting. So I suspect in March you'll see a large jump in homes approved and things of this nature. Any questions for me? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam. Under unfinished business, we have the revised sewer resolution. And Bob, do you have status on comments that we've received on that?
Actually, very few comments. It was mostly questions about, what are the fees and exactly, how it would impact their individual property and what have you. So I think y'all should be in a position to approve that resolution.
Okay. May I have a motion to go ahead and approve the sewer resolution that was presented last month?
Motion to approve the sewer resolution.
Thank you, John. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The sewer resolution has been approved. Under new business, we have a couple of purchase requisitions to go over. The first one is for the Chatham Court sewer extension in the amount of $8,072, and Bruce Evans will present that.
Good morning. I'm presenting a PR for a small sewer extension from the bottom of Chatham Court to the existing sewer, 3/4 up Chatham Court of 470 feet. The PR includes the installation of the sewer extension done by the sewer department personnel, and it's in the amount of $8,072.
Okay. Do any members of the board have any questions? Okay, then may I have a motion to approve the sewer extension PR for $8,072?
I so move.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The Chatham Court sewer extension is approved for $8,072. Thank you, Bruce. The second item on the agenda is the Robin Hood parking lot paving and striping PR, and that's in the amount of $48,715.
I'll handle that, yep. Last month, we did a PR for the base of the parking lots to get those ready for paving. This PR is with Rogers Group, which is the same company that's doing Paving Road, to actually then pave the parking lots. There are two parking lots, a small one in front of the old Robin Hood Park area, and then a larger one in front of the new area. And it'll include paving, striping, concrete stops, as well as signage. And the PR is in the amount of $48,715. They plan to do that at the same time that they actually do Sneed Road paving, the final lift of paving for Sneed Road.
Okay. Any questions on that? Then may I have a motion to approve the parking lot PR in the amount of $48,715?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The PR for $48,715 for Robin Hood parking lot is approved. We have a couple of additional items for the agenda this morning. We will have 3 documents that we will be publishing for member comment, and these will be distributed tomorrow on February 26th with comments due by March 23rd. The first one is the proposed change to the variance and appeal policy, and there will be a full description of that published. The primary piece of that is that we will be having the Property Standards Committee will now hear any appeals that are associated with property standards violations, or if there's a request for a variance. So that is the only change to that, and that will be outlined in the cover document, and the policy will also be posted. So that's to go out on the 26th with comments by the 23rd. The second item that we will be publishing is the proposed revision to the lot merger policy. And this also will have a cover sheet explaining what is proposed. The only difference here is that we do have a lot merger committee that is a subcommittee of the board, and that committee has been approving all of the lot mergers associated with the private sanitary systems, the PSS systems. They have been doing that for a while. This change to the policy purely acknowledges that that change has been made and that those will now be approved by the board lot committee as opposed to the ACC, which has not been approving them for a while. So that will be published again on Friday the 26th with comments due back on the 23rd of March. And then the final item that we want to share with you is that yesterday afternoon, the Community Club Board reviewed the final draft of the proposed county lot agreement regarding the delinquent tax sale lots that are in the county's inventory. This morning, we're announcing that we will be publishing the text of that agreement along with a statement from the board, and that will be published on Friday the 26th, and that publication will request member comment due back by March 23rd. It's important to note here, and there are 4 points that I would like to share with you, is that the proposed county lot agreement merely formalizes the long-standing practice that has been in place between the county and the community club. The intent of the agreement was never to extract any financial or service concessions from either party. The agreement is an effort to continue to build on the positive and constructive relationship between the county and the community club, and the expectation is that both parties will enjoy a more cooperative relationship as we address issues of mutual interest in the future. So those information will be posted on Friday with comments due back by March 23rd. Okay, with that, the next item on the agenda is the update on the FGRS, and Pat Gruey is in the audience.
You ever try to keep one of these masks on with only half an ear? God. Never mind. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Mayor, how are you? Board. Ken Flurl did an excellent job giving a total summation of what FGRS is going through and doing currently. And what I'm just going to do here is take a few minutes just to remind everybody that if you have an issue or a situation, our office is open from 9 to 12, right down there next to Benchmark. We have an app. We have all sorts of paraphernalia and printed material about specific areas. The only reason I bring this up is because I don't even know how many phone calls a week about, do you have a driving service? Do you have a food service? Do you have this, that? And unfortunately, our residents don't read the articles in the newspaper that they should to stay on top of what's available there. And FGRS offers an awful lot of services. We really do. And I think if you would just go in there, you can get a brochure for anything you want explaining all the details. We're not out of business, far from it. We still do our driving. Our home delivered meals is now actually based on what Ken was telling you, would be from one of our local restaurants here. But many of our programs are up and running, and hopefully you'll take advantage of it. But try to remember that we're open from 9 in the morning until 12. We have a full-time office coordinator sitting there, and they will take down any information that you need. And that will, answer all of your questions. And I guess that's really it. I'm going to leave you with one little pearl of wisdom. We have a maintenance and safety group that will be back in full operation probably in another month or two when this COVID thing slows down. And they come and do some safety work in your home, such as hand railings, little things that changing out light switches. They're not in roof repair, they're not in raking lawns and anything like that. What it is primarily to put in something that would protect you from falling, which is still our #1 problem here in Fairfield Glade. Mike Williams can tell you about it. So take advantage of it. Call us, get an appointment set up, and we'll be glad to get somebody over there in the very near future to fix it for you. The only obligation of the homeowner is to purchase the materials. The labor is supplied free. And as a matter of fact, the gentleman running it gave me a little tip to pass on to you people. He says, never trust an electrician with no eyebrows. I don't know. Okay. By the way, folks, get out to our restaurants, eat, play some golf. Jeff over there wants you out there playing some golf. Use our facilities. This place is phenomenal. Take advantage of it. Any questions?
Pat, don't you also teach people how to order their groceries to be delivered at home, like from Kroger's and Food City?
Yes, as when Ken went over that, I'll be very honest with you, primarily most of our deliveries have been from the pharmacy. We do some food. The food thing it's quite simple, really. All the individual has to do is when they call one of the 3 restaurants that are listed, they order, that's paid by credit card, and should put a little tip on that credit card for the people in the kitchen there, and we pick it up and we deliver it. And it's a no-contact situation. Put it down on the porch, step back. All our drivers have masks. And just make sure that the individual opens the door and takes, whether it be a pharmacy delivery or a food delivery. As far as the grocery stores, to be honest with you, we haven't had any real action there because you got Instacart. A lot of the, I know Publix in
Cookville.
what's that, in Cookville, does some delivery too. So, but we are willing to do that, you know, but you have to call the facility and place the order, and we'll be glad to send a driver over there to pick it up.
One correction on that, you said little tip, no, make it a big tip.
Excuse me, oh, sorry. That was a faux pas. Make it a big tip, you're darn right.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, Bob.
We've seen you eating out, Pat, and
Never mind. I'm not a cheapskate.
The tip is always jingles instead of...
I'm not a cheapskate, no way. That is terrible of me to say that. Put a big tip on it. Any other questions? Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you, Pat. At this point, if there are any comments from the floor, please step up to the microphone.
My name is Nico Sergio, and this is mainly for the benefit of our video audience and for the people that weren't here yesterday. The Fairfield Glade Community Club currently owns 2,192 residential lots. Since the sewer resolution was approved today by the Board of Directors, I request that the board implement a lot exchange policy for the exchanging of Fairfield Glade Community Club residential lots, ones that will be upgraded by the availability of sewer access to current Fairfield Glade Community Club members. This lot exchange program would allow and encourage club members that wish to build a home with central sewer access in a more timely manner than their current lot. The following conditions would apply. Additional conditions changes may be added. The member's lot proposed for exchange must be current on all POA fees. The lots to be swapped must be of equivalent value, or you could work something out. The member requesting the lot swap exchange will pay all transfer and title fees for both lots. After this lot exchange policy is implemented, it should be published on the Fairfield Glade Community Club website. All community club members should be notified via billing statements, newspaper articles, email, blasts, and other forms of communication. 6 months prior to the billing for the sewer availability fee, the Fairfield Glade Community Club will notify all affected lot owners of the sewer extension project along with availability fee for their lot. Notice will also be published in the Fairfield Glade Community Club website, informing community club members that lots, address given, owned by the community club are available for exchange to members in good standing that desire to attain a lot with central sewer system access. Please contact a designated person, committee, or whatever is decided for information and to request a lot exchange application form. Lot owners whose lots will be upgraded by the sewer extension that do not want to pay the availability fee will be given the option of receiving the names of all community club members that submitted a lot exchange form. Any exchange sale between the two private parties will be outside the Fairfield